Okay, hello guys, this is Joni from Fox and Socks Nursery. I'm going to be doing a video of a wash really quick. The next couple of videos will be short. I don't know how to splice video together and I don't have a fancy editor, so some of these are just going to be super short. Alright, here we go. I've got some Genesis red, just straight red, and I'm going to go ahead and put that on Evangeline. I need a new brush. These bristles keep coming off here. Okay, get that paint soaked in there. Alright, here she is. Woo. Super close up, isn't it? Hang on a second. I don't know if I can. Oh, not really. Alright, she's just going to be super close up. And I do not want a whole bunch of pressure put on this sponge, so I'm holding it like this. Any sponge will work. Makeup sponge, you can find. I got these from Walgreens, which I really like them. Okay, I'm gonna keep that sponge nice and wet. I'm gonna put it everywhere. Now, when we do the ethnic skin, the brown, we only want to put it, or we don't want to put it on the lips or the soles of the feet or the palms of the hands. Now, we don't have to like go way in there because I've blushed. We just want to get as on the outside. Okay, make sure you get around the ear and as close to this crease as you can. And what I'm going to do to make sure I get back there, I'm going to dab some. I'm going to use, oops, hang on. I'm going to use this to kind of even it out just a tad. And I'm going to blot to get the excess. And I do this for the browns too, because I don't want a blank spot like right in here. I don't want that. I'm trying to stay in camera, guys. I'm sorry. Okay. Now, with the brown, we're not going to put in the creases because we don't want it to settle there. So, you only do that with the wash, like the colored washes. Sorry. Okay, under the ear there. Trying to get it blended. You know why it's so super closed up. Get the back of the head. Make sure to blend really well. You see how it's kind of darker there, the color, and get that blended. hit the spots again. Just to put a little bit more color on there. Make sure you do the lips. When you do these washes, it'll help darken them up. I got a dog that wants to go outside. Just a minute. You can see the color a little better. Try to get it blended as well as possible. And when we go back through, and we want to make sure we get all the creases. Let me get inside the nose. Trying to get those dark. Okay. Drag out the excess. The reason we're doing the creases is we don't want that to look whitish or vinyl, like bare vinyl color, because it wouldn't be white. And you can see it's pulling out. We're gonna dab on those. Excess there, we don't need that. Now we don't want to wipe, we just put that wash on. I'm going to use this one. This is just a dry brush. Pull it out. You don't want any excess in there. Even inside the mouth, we don't want it just sitting in there. Pull it out. It's pretty dry, so just in case. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see a difference, but flinging stuff. Can you guys tell it's just a little bit warmer? Okay. And these color washes in between the brown will make a huge difference. It gives the color more depth, so it's not flat brown. Try to get all the sides. Kind of hit them again with this brush and pull out the excess. Some of these crevices are deep. Make sure you fill them in. Okay. Make sure you're applying equal pressure on your sponge. I usually do it like this so it's not so hard. Sometimes I have to tell myself, slow down, you're patting too hard, slow down. Okay. I don't want too much color on the baby. Like that. I don't want that on there. It's too much. Oof. Make sure I get in there. Off camera. Okay. I have a little coffee stand there for mugs, coffee mug stand to dry these kits as they. Okay. Pull out the excess paint. I see I got a little bit more red there than the rest, so I'm just kind of blending it a little. I'm trying to get it all coated and even. Oof, I don't know why it's so close. It's so close up. Must have hit something to make it like that. Make sure you've got all of it patted on there equally, if as much as possible. Got a little excess there, don't need to be there. I'm gonna kind of compare them together. May have to hit this one again. The paint is, I'm having trouble getting the paint to bounce on evenly. Get another one. New sponge, maybe that'll help. Spread fingers. And get in those creases there. It sounds weird to do that and then turn around, pull it back out, doesn't it? Okay. I'm sort of blotting it on the towel, on paper towel, as needed. Trying to keep my fingers off of the kit. Otherwise you'll end up with fingerprints. Okay. I'm just hitting those creases again. Make sure I didn't leave them blank. I want them to look painted. Okay. Oh, excess there. I'm going to go ahead and do 2 coats on this one, on this baby. I'm pretty sure I've got, like, the head is a little bit more red than everything else. Not quite sure how that happened, but we'll get it straightened out. There's a big red spot there. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right there. It must have been some of the crease color that I forgot to wipe off. But that's okay, we can use that as a happy accident, and it could be just a blemish of the skin. It'll be okay. Got a little crazy there. I'm going to compare the head to the legs. See how we did. I know you guys won't be able to see this, but I'm just double checking. Looks okay. Right, I'm going to compare the limbs to each other. Yeah, there's not red enough, so I'm going to hit them again. Actually, I'm going to put some more thinner in my paint. It's getting down to paint settling at the bottom, and oh, that looks better. Get some paint to show this time. Notice I waited until it dried before I added more paint. Okay. I'm not gonna do the little creases this time. I think it'll be okay. Whoop. Oh my goodness, I almost dropped that on the floor. That's nice and red. Doing the whole leg. I'm doing it quickly. I'm gonna go ahead and do the back of the knee here. Missed a spot. Okay. Having trouble getting it even for some reason. Let's do the other one. And I usually do 2 coats of wash. Sometimes I only do one. If it's like a burnt umber or one of the warm blush type colors, I will only do 1 layer. But if it's a primary color, I'll do 2. Now I also model for color and for depth. And I'll be videotaping the modeling too. And just looking over to make sure I've got all of it painted up into the edge here of the flange. Okay, that looks better. Just a little bit more thinner. That paint's settling pretty good at the bottom there. That hand still needs to dry, so we'll give it just a minute. In the meantime, I can tell you guys a little bit about me, I suppose. I started painting back in 2019, and the reason I started painting was I came across these reborn dolls by accident. Actually, I saw them on eBay, and I bought one, and it was really super pretty, and I loved it, but my daughter wanted a Letterman's jacket. She was in high school, so I sold it and got her jacket, and I told myself, hey, one of these days I'm going to get another one, but I'm going to save my money and get a really nice one. The one I had was a boo-boo. So I thought, okay, I'm going to save my money and get a really nice one. And then I started going into like researching, trying to figure out where I can buy a kit. But I found that there are fakes out there, which I didn't know. I had to educate myself about those. After I was looking around, and I decided, hey, I could probably paint my own. And that's how I got into them. I was like, oh, I could definitely paint my own. And then I saved money, and I got the paints and the oven and everything else that I needed, and I came across Bountiful Baby, and I thought, oh, that'd be cool. So I got some cheap kits. I learned. The more I painted, the better I got, and I just kind of went from there. I decided I could make them for people and sell them, and the money that I made from selling these babies, I bought more supplies. So it was kind of a hobby, and how I funded my hobby was selling, making and selling. And it's still like that today. It's still a hobby. I still enjoy it very much. My kids are all grown, and well, some of them are still in the house. They're going to college. But I have free time, and I enjoy doing it. I am also a collector. I have a private collection of babies. And this one's going to be a private collection baby too. And I thought, hey, this is really fun. And I have some mental health issues with depression, and this has really helped with that. People would know this if you have anxiety or depression, or maybe you're going through a loss. It really does help to have something to hold. Really helps to know that I could actually create something that is so nice that other people can enjoy. If you're getting into painting reborns to make a lot of money, I will definitely attest to you don't make a lot of money. I make enough to buy more supplies, to buy kits, and that's it. I do not make a ton of money. And most artists don't. So, I know you see the prices and you're like, oh my gosh, $500 for a doll. You know, that's a lot of money. I could, you know, I don't understand why they charge so much. Well, the supplies and all the paints to start. If you got an oven, the beads, the stuffing, all the paints that you need, all the brushes that you need, all the stuffing, all the kits themselves. Oh my gosh, those are expensive. But everything adds up. The clothing, all of it. And you think, oh my gosh, once that's done, then you shouldn't have to worry about it. But you got to keep up with supplies. You got to buy clothes every time. You know, you run out of paints, you got to buy more. And then, you know, all of that goes together. And then if you've got any kind of advertisement, if you got your own website, sometimes that costs money. You know, and at Facebook, sometimes you will promote your Facebook page, and that costs money. Print out business cards, that costs money. I mean, it's not cheap. It's not something you can just go into thinking, oh, it's going to be super easy. I'm going to make a ton of money. I have not met one person yet that has made a ton of money. Okay, that is it. I am going to bake this. There's 2 layers of wash on the limbs at least. I may have to do the head again. Let me look. Yeah, I'm going to do the head again. I'm going to make this super quick. So we're going to put a light coat on the head since it was a little darker than the rest to start. Just kind of... I'm not going to worry about the creases this time. Get in there. Access there. Alright. Try to get as much as possible everywhere. Blend. Do this super duper quick. I will get some behind the ear because that one's really hard to get into with your sponge. And kind of blot the excess. You really pay attention to make sure you get all of it. I don't want to leave a light spot underneath the ear. Okay. That one's got a lot of pigment in it. I'm going to slow down a little. Okay. We are down to the bottom of the barrel here. Looks like I made just enough. I always make too much or not enough, so I'm surprised. Try to get all of it on there. I'm pressing down a little bit harder here. Trying to get that pigment spread out. Okay, she looks good. Put more on her nose. And I'm going to put her in the oven and bake her as soon as she's dry. And I will be doing one more color coat. And that's going to be like a reddish purple. So anyway, that's the end of this video, and I'll be sure to record the reddish purple layer as well. So anyway, she does have some reddish tone to her. I don't think you guys can see very well. It is definitely there. There's some right there. Go fuzzy. So anyway, that's it.